everyone, this is Larry Everett with Hyperspace Beacon, and you are watching the Sci-Fi MMO show. And I'm from Massively. I do the ESO column. I also do the Hyperspace Beacon on Massively. And today, though, we are going to be covering WildStar. It's all going to be about WildStar today because it comes early access starts on Saturday at 2 in the morning, and so we have their latest feature trailer. We talk about their add-ons, and we also talk about something that WildStar did to give back to their community. So before I get into that, though, I want to introduce Laura Williams, Void Minx on Twitter. She is my co-host. Hello.
Hello. And Larry, you forgot to mention that you're also a writer for Gamebreaker now.
I am writing for Gamebreaker now. I do their, yeah, that's right. I do, at least in the morning, I'm doing their news posts and whatnot. So anyway, so let's see. The lead story today, obviously, is the is WildStar's launch this weekend.
WildStar.
So before you get into playing WildStar, you know, is there any preparation that you do? Like, do you drink a lot of caffeine the day before so you can play all night, or what's your preparation for getting into a new game?
Well, normally my preparation is to make sure that I can take time off work. However, sadly, that was not possible this time. So I will be working. However, my husband, Lee, is definitely getting himself prepared. I know he's got time off of work so that he can play, and he's all excited about getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to be right there as the servers launch so that he can get in and get his tune made. And, you know, he's excited about getting up to 15 so he can get the guild set up. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, you are such a nerd.
I am probably going to be up at the same time. Just so it's mostly because I'm not. Whoa, fly on my head. Where'd that come from? All right, nice. Mostly because I'm kind of looking forward to the end game of this game, so I want to get through the leveling process as fast as I can. It's not normally like me. If anybody knows how I play MMOs, that's not really how I play MMOs. But this particular one, yeah, I gotta kind of do that. But
well, there's so much to do at endgame.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. In game for me for this game, that's where it's at. So I want to do as much, you know, get in as many hours right up front so I can get all that taken care of. And I also, I mean, I've still got Tor that I gotta play, and I still play ESO. So I've got other games that I want to play as well. So I gotta get all this leveling stuff with.
You've got to prioritize.
That's right. That's right.
Get that out there. Well, you know, one of the other things that maybe some people forget that they need to work on to get themselves prepared is think about what you're doing for food for the day. Like this is one of the big ones. And normally when I do any type of you know, getting ready for a new MMO or things like double XP in Star Wars, let me just tell you that if you don't own a crock pot, you should go out and pick one up before Saturday morning, because there's all kinds of things that you can make and just throw it in the crock pot and then it can cook all day and you've got food and you never have to leave your house. Ever. That is absolutely amazing thought. You should also plan your bathroom breaks out. You should plan your showers.
Oh, you hear that, Lee? We've got to plan our showers.
Yeah, you got to plan your showers.
All right, well, I'm going to show. This is the trailer, and again, like normal, we cannot catch this fly. Anyway, did you not see the fly?
Buy a citronella candle. No, I just see flailing wildly.
All right, good. All right. Anyway, we got this. They released this trailer today, right, or yesterday? Anyway, they released. Yeah, it was today. So it was way early this morning. Sorry, I was not awake. And like normal, I can't. We got to kind of talk over the trailer, but this is really cool because it goes through all the features of WildStar. And let me switch over to the video, and so we can play it. There we go. NCSoft, hated company.
WildStar.
Curse you for canceling City of Heroes.
That's right.
Mysterious planet Nexus.
Never getting over that.
Well,
Is where you've got people, you know, you're flying through the world and then all of a sudden you're stuck in somebody's house, and I totally want a Ferris wheel on my land.
I was going to talk about that. That Ferris wheel looks freaking awesome.
I don't know whatever that is, but I absolutely must have it. Oh, and rainbows.
How you craft?
We'll have to we'll have to figure out how to get those. But
oh yeah, hamster ball.
Think you got the skills to pay
Love the hamster ball mount.
So when they talk about they talk about a little bit about lore in this game, and that's one of the things is like, gosh, I know there's a lot of lore in it, but they don't really immerse you in it, and that's a little bit disappointing to me.
Actually, I don't know that that's true, because one of the objectives that you have to run around and do is collect all of the issues of the comic book, which basically spells out all of the lore for you. So I mean, you do have stuff to look for.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't exist or anything. What I mean is that it doesn't like immerse you in it. It doesn't kind of. I feel that lore is like the extra thing added to this game, like after, almost like not really an afterthought, because I know it's like integral to a lot of the things that you're doing, but it just doesn't seem to captivate. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not saying it's.
Then there's raids.
I'm not saying it's bad. But, that's what I'm playing for, right there.
Yeah, the raids. Look at all those reticles going out, and
it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh god, our guild is going to be so fucked because movement is so hard for us.
Movement, but
that's gonna be a lot of fun.
I am looking forward to it. I mean, despite the fact that our raid is probably going to wipe a lot in raids, I am looking forward to it, because
it just looks fun. There's a lot going on, and it looks fun.
I mean, okay, so if we were to rate this, as far as the video is concerned, the video by itself, how would you rate it? Was this a really good video? Does this show what WildStar is about? Would this entice you to buy it?
Yeah, because it's like actual game footage. It's not just the stock videos. Like, I remember when WildStar launched and Lee got super excited about it because they had a little movie thing, and he was like, "Oh, this looks like it's gonna be so awesome." And I'm like, it's like a little movie. I mean, you can't tell anything about the game. And ESO was the same way. Everyone was all like, "Oh, ESO is gonna be so awesome," and I just thought, but that doesn't show me anything about how the game is gonna play, or what people are actually gonna look like, or gear is actually gonna look like. So yeah,
I think the biggest thing, like you mentioned, is that that's all in-game footage. This is all stuff that you can actually see and do in game
and explore.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
an encounter.
What was really funny is on Reddit, on the ESO Reddit, Jeremy Gaffney, who is in charge of WildStar, by the way, in charge of Carbine Studios, he goes over to the ESO Reddit when they're talking about the advertising budget and whatnot for ESO, and he actually, to me it seemed like a sideways comment or a compliment, but he said that he's actually kind of glad for ZeniMax that they actually had the budget to do these really huge long blur trailers. I mean, they probably have about a half an hour worth of blur trailers, which is super expensive to do. And he said that I'm glad that they have it, that they have the budget to do that kind of PR and whatnot. And
because they haven't encountered any issues at all in the game.
I know.
None whatsoever.
Exactly right, and it's really funny that, but that didn't really sell the blur trailers. Didn't really sell ESO to me at all. It was any of the in-game footage. That's the kind of stuff that sold me, and I think that's great that this launch trailer is what they're kind of selling WildStar on. So I'm excited about that. I think that's great.
I agree.
All right. Well, one of the next thing in line here is this. I'm going to show this to everybody because I think this is one of the coolest things. Because I was, oops, not there. That's not it. It's right here. There we go. So we were.
The Emblem Creator.
This is the Guild Holomark Creator. The Holomark appears several places on in the game, particularly on your back and on your shoulders. And one of the things that
it's better than having a stupid tabard.
Well, that's true. That's true. And one of the things that we were having trouble with, I know, with our particular guild, is we were saying, okay, so how do we choose which one to do? We have to go in game. We have to try them all out and whatnot, and try to kind of guess what it's going to look like ultimately in the end, because you can't really see, because there's images of each one of them, but they all weren't working together, and you couldn't place them all together. Well, this is actually kind of amazing. WildStar Core. If you go to wildstarcore.com/guild-holomark-creator, or just go on to wildstar-core.com, and it's on their front page. And what this does is there's a foreground and there's a background image for each of the holo things, and if you go right here, it will change it. I can change all of these by clicking down at the bottom. And of course, my favorite, and I think this is going to actually be our guild thing. And you got the foreground, and then you also have background that you can change as well, which
you got to scroll down farther. There it is.
There it is.
Oh yeah, eggs and bacon. Except Lee's going to be a jerk and said that we can't have that.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Because he knows that I really want it, and he wants to crush my dreams. He's still mad that I cut my hair.
So if you guys have not, if you guys are running a guild or whatever, and haven't gone to this page yet, do it, and then put some together. You can actually save the link. Oh, you can't see that on the screen. There you go. You can actually save the link and send it. Like, have your guildies vote on it and whatnot, and that will that'll help you decide which one you should be, or have your guildies go there, create one, and then maybe we should do this. I'm thinking about doing this. We'll have every one of our everybody that's in our guild go to that page, and then make one, and then have us all vote on it. What do you think? Bacon and eggs.
I think we should do that, and everybody vote bacon and eggs, because I know most of our guildies are in chat right now. Vote bacon and eggs.
Bacon.
Lee can't deny it if we all say that's what we want.
There we go. But the real talk, though, which is this is one of the things that WildStar has kind of above. Well, obviously not above WoW, which is like. But it definitely has. This is above some of the other ones, like Star Wars: The Old Republic doesn't have add-ons and all, but WildStar does. And my friend over at Massively, his name's Elliot Lefebvre. He does all the WildStar coverage. Well, not all the WildStar coverage. He basically does the WildStar column for Massively, and he recommended 4 of them. Well, he definitely. So he's a just so you have some context. He is he's mostly a role player, and one of the ones that he recommended was this one. I'll switch to this again, and this was. Why does that one keep messing up? It's called PD. It's a personal data accessor, which I was looking at this, and this is kind of cool, especially if you're the roleplay type. It is. Let me see if I can show the screenshot of this. Basically, what it does is if each one had if everybody had like a if you played like the old Star Wars Galaxies or something like that, where you had a bunch of information that you can put on your character, and anybody who has this add-on, this personal data accessor, they can access all that information from in-game. It pulls from another database, and they will access all the the personal information that you have for that character and whatnot. If you have a special title for that character or whatever, it's actually pretty darn good.
What if you want to write sexy time stories about your character?
Which is important. I can't wait. Can't wait to see that.
For all the Erbers out there.
The stream, was there something wrong with the stream? It seems like it was fine. It seemed fine on my end. Anyway, so that's mine. Was there? Did you have one that you liked particularly?
Oh God, there were a whole bunch that I thought at least sounded interesting. Probably the one that I think anybody that's playing DPS is going to want is Galaxy Meter, which is your standard DPS meter. It was awesome. I don't know. Do you have Curse pulled up?
Yeah, I can. Hold on. It's called Galaxy Meter.
Galaxy Meter.
What was this one about? Is it just a DPS?
It's meter? A DPS meter. But it tracks damage, healing, interrupts, dispels, player deaths. Pretty sure threat.
Let me look that up. Galaxy Meter.
Yeah. Definitely think that everybody that's especially if you want to raid, this is something that's probably a good tool for everybody in the raid to be on, so you can measure your performance and see where you are. And everyone likes to whip the EP out. Lee linked one that I thought was really awesome for raid leaders too. It was called One Job, that helps with raid and party leaders on creating group assignments. That looked really, really neat.
I'm having a little bit of trouble with this one because all the images are separate. But you can see this looks like your individual DPS meter here.
Yep.
And then you have this. It's called Galaxy Meter. There it is, right there. And then you also have this one, which looks like this is overall DPS for the raid, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like. So you're pretty much your regular DPS meter. That looks pretty cool.
It looks a lot like, for people that used, I think it was Recount in WoW, it looks very familiar to that. So definitely a good one to have. One Job looks like it would also be a good raid assisting add-on. Not that I ever assist on raids, but I would recommend it. Definitely, Jimmy came up with both Better Quest Log and Classic Quest Dialogue, which I will probably pick those up. It just makes the quest log a lot cleaner, and I think the Classic Quest Dialogue gives you just a main window with everything, so you're not having to read all the little chat bubbles and go through the conversations.
I have that one linked in here. Let me.
I know a lot of people like BG plates. I don't know that I would pick that up.
So let me show you. First off, let's show. I'm going to show you the. This is the Classic Quest Dialogue. You should be able to see kind of what's going on there. It's pretty much pretty much it just gives you the whole quest line instead of having to click through all the different dialogue options and whatnot. This kind of gives you all of it at once. You can accept and move on. Which I'm seriously thinking about getting this one because I think it'll help out with the speed leveling. And
I don't want to have to click through a bunch of conversation. I will say that I got definitely spoiled by Tor, and not having the voice acting through the quest makes me less inclined to want to sit there and read it. I just want to accept it and then go kill my 20 boars or whatever it is that I have to do. And Better Quest, I think, what is it? Better Quest Log. Also, it just kind of cleans up your quest tracking, so it's not quite so all over the place the way it is in game currently.
Yeah, you said you didn't like BG meters, is what you said. I'm going to show BG meters here.
Plates, I wasn't really crazy about, probably wouldn't pick that up. But I've heard a lot of people talk about how they really like them.
I think it looks neat. I'm kind of partial.
Oh, it does look neat. I'm not going to disagree with that at all. I just probably would not pick that one up.
If
I tend to not go with a ton of add-ons. Oh, and Grid, for anyone raiding, Grid is making a version for WildStar. So yeah, love Grid, and I think they're working to incorporate, so you can incorporate that for groups rather than the basic frames.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
So that'll be nice. I like little squares. I play on a really big TV, and I don't like having a lot of shit all over my screen. I want things to be very minimal. I like to have it very organized because I like to see the world that I'm playing in.
I got you. And that's actually why because I like to see what's going on in the world. I don't like to have to stare at my UI the whole time. That's kind of why I like the BG plates, because it helps out with that. Because you can see it makes things a lot clearer when you're targeting something. But I'll see. I haven't actually used this one in game, honestly, because I wasn't aware it existed at the time that I was beta testing. So, and also at the same time, I don't like to use add-ons during beta. I feel weird about it because I'm not testing an add-on. I'm testing the game, and so if I put add-ons in there, it does mess things up a little bit. But I did use one, and I'm gonna I forget which one it is. Here it is. I did use this one. Why did I use this one? This one's kind of a weird one.
What is that?
This is Deadlock, and what this does.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
No.
Most MMO players will look at this and just like totally hate it. But it's if you like the action combat that say like ESO or Terra or some of these some other games that are very similar to that. Neverwinter is very similar to this. What this does is it locks your mouse, so it's in the center of the screen. It'll give you reticles like you see right. Oh, you can't see my mouse, but anyway, it gives you reticles kind of like what you see over to the right there. It gives you, and it sets that in the center of the screen, and you move around just like you would in like Terra or ESO, and you can also rebind keys and whatnot so that your abilities are on your mouse and that sort of thing. It's not for everyone. It honestly is not for everyone. I don't recommend this one for everybody, but yeah, but it worked for me in certain situations. I liked it because I could pivot really quickly, and I drop my abilities or whatever, and yeah, that's how it was good for me. So I think
that sounds awful, and we should never discuss this add-on ever again. Ever. Oh! So I discovered an add-on today that I'm completely going to have to pick up. Like, this is going to be I can't function without it. Cheat Simon.
Oh, you know what? I was going to look that up before.
So horrible at Simon. I have him in real life. I'm really bad at it in the game. Yeah. Cheat Simon.
Cheat Simon. Okay, so while I look this up, explain what Cheat Simon is all about.
It basically automates the Simon puzzles that you come across, so that you can it puts it all in a little window, and you can just hit that, and it replays it back out, and you don't have to do anything.
So here's the.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Oh, there's the key. It gives you the key sequence and everything. That is.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you are terrible at it like I am.
Okay, so I'm not horrible at it, but this will speed things up so much during my speed leveling process. Yeah. I'm into that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I feel like so that's sweet. Kind of a necessary add-on.
Oh,
at least for me.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm with you on that one. I will be getting Cheat Simon just for fun of it. Anything else I'm missing? I think. Oh.
There were a couple of the little ones that I might try out just to see how they are. There was one called Junket, which will auto sell any trash items that you have in your bags when you go to a vendor. I also saw something called Space Stash, which looks like it's the equivalent of Bagon for WoW. It just gives you like one giant bag space, so you don't have to have all the little individual ones.
Huh.
Supposedly Space Stash also has an auto junk sell button, so I don't know if I would need both of them or just use one over the other.
Okay, I have never used an auto sell. I'm always afraid of them. I'm always afraid of the auto sell. Have you used those kinds of things before?
I have. And in WoW, it was really, really nice to just be able to go to the vendor and have it automatically sell any gray or junk item for you, so you don't have to sit there and go, oh no, I don't need coal, I don't need this broken I win button, I don't need any of this gray garbage that you literally are just going to sell. It just automatically gets rid of it all. And Junket looked like it kind of does the same thing. It has a lot of parameters that you can set for what level of item you want to sell. If you don't want it to sell any, like say, headpieces, you can set it to not sell any headpieces, regardless of whether or not they are vendor trash or epic quality items. So it looked really neat.
That's cool. That always kind of concerns me because I'm afraid that I'll automatically sell something that I actually needed and then won't realize that I actually needed it until later. But I'll try it just, for science. I'll try it for science.
Well, I mean, they kind of have it in SWTOR too. I mean, it's sort of built into the UI where you can go and just hit the sell junk and it will sell all the garbage.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally.
Yeah, but
garbage.
One of the things that I liked, one of the features that I liked about Junket is that you could sell like armor items and things like that that are not necessary for you. You can set the parameters of these are the armor items that I want. Anything else, sell it or something. That kind of thing, which was really. In theory, I like it. I mean, I would really love to be able to walk up to a vendor and just instantly all done. And so I'll try it, and I'll probably try it while
speed leveling, Larry.
Exactly.
Anything to increase your time, not sitting there staring at the vendor, going, "Oh, do I need to sell that? Should I hang on to that?"
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll try.
I think it's a good one.
I'll definitely try Junket. There's another one. This is for the anal retentive people who have to have their UI.
Oh, is it a line?
Yes.
Oh, this is such an amazing add-on to help you get everything lined up perfectly. I have used this in many games.
Yeah.
It is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Cannot speak highly enough about it.
I will have to try it. Just because it does bug me a little bit when things are off center or off, So, yeah.
And this way you never have to worry about it. You can just line it up with the grid, and if it works like it does in other games, you can adjust the size of the squares. So
it does. Yep.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, that is add-ons for. Let's get back to us. That's add-ons for WildStar. If check out those add-ons, especially the ones that we said that you kind of have to have, like like Deadlock. Of course, everybody needs Deadlock.
Larry, I'm gonna walk off the show if you mention that.
Oh no, but classic quest logging and
yes.
Junket and those definitely definitely get those. I mean, really, at least try them out. See what you think of them. All right, so for our last story here. Is something that that WildStar did, and it's basically what happened is that, and I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and start the video because I gotta talk on top of it anyway because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Let's go here. Come on, work with me. All right, there we go. So basically, what happened, and they kind of explained this at the very beginning, is that this is the community team is giving something back to the community, and they had posted a Vine and asked how is the community preparing for the June 3rd launch, and a community member there's the Vine right there. The community member, her name is
Let's get to Z.
Said that her name is Jennifer, and she said that her son was leaving for boot camp that day, and that WildStar was going to keep her sane. And so, what the community team at Carbine did is they went to Indianapolis, which California to Indianapolis. That's a nice trip, and gave her a new Alienware laptop. a copy of WildStar. Well, with the Alienware laptop, I should say, like all sorts of different accessories as well, like a new headset,
mouse, headset.
Yeah. One more question here, because every Monday on Hyperspace Beacon, I put out what I call the Monday meditation, where I go and I ask the community questions, what they think of certain things. Usually it's related to Star Wars, because, you know, Hyperspace Beacon's kind of
a Star Wars thing.
Kind of a Star Wars thing.
Just a little.
Just a little. And, oh, stream went down. What is going on with the stream?
No!
But it's up on my end.
They killed Kenny.
They did. That has got to be on Twitch's end. I apologize for that, guys. It's not on my end, because nothing is wrong on my end. So, and anyway, I ask a question every Monday, and this week I asked about mini games, because one of the things that's happening in Star Wars: The Old Republic is that we are getting a Narshadok
we're getting gambling.
Event.
Hell yeah!
Gambling.
All you people who have addiction, you know, problems are going to be completely spending all of your money in casinos.
So the real question, okay, so what I asked is, what kind of mini games would you like to see in Star Wars: The Old Republic? But the real question is, have you got your Rancor yet on Test Center?
Oh. So I'm up to spending about 45 million credits, which, by the way, I don't have that much on live. No, I have not gotten the Rancor. I have gotten 75 of those golden certificates, which, by the way, this event is going to run for 2 months. People should not stress at all about being able to afford everything off of the vendor that you can use for those golden certificates, because you get them like crazy.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you're going to get a golden certificate from the Kingpin slot machines when you play them. So, yeah, it's just ridiculous. I've spent 45 million credits. I've gotten 75 golden certificates, and 2 of the cars. No Rancor yet.
Yeah,
I will keep trying.
To
get my Rancor.
I stopped.
And I am perfecting my strategy for how I am going to be playing the slot machines once it actually hits live, so that I don't completely bankrupt myself, because that will happen.
Because I spent like 20 and got I got at least 1 car. 20 million, by the way. 20 million. So yeah, it got to be too much. But as far as other mini games, we know obviously slot machines are already in there. Is there any other kind of mini games that you'd like to see in Tor, or let's say any MMO at all, that would be really fun to play?
I'd like to see roulette. And I'd like to see them put Dejark in the game, like an actual Dejark.
Yes.
Lee told me that he didn't think that would be possible because it takes 2 people, and I'm like, yeah, but you can play chess against the computer, so why would that be any different?
Right. I don't. Yeah. I agree. I think they can add Dejark in there. Right now there is. Well, here's the thing is.
Oh, they put in the little regen table.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Dejark's in there, and the thing about that is that there's no real canon rules. There are rules that people have made up about Dejark, you know, but they're not. There's nothing set in stone that this is how you play Dejark, so they can make up whatever the rules.
Except that you have to let the Wookiee win.
Yes, or he will tear your arm out of your socket. Yeah, I liked roulette. Roulette is they've actually kind of already got the tables for roulette. They can just activate the tables, and so I'm happy about that. So I would like to see, if I were to ask, I would like to see Pazak, because I think one of the things that I think is really missing from the casino thing right now with the slot machines is that really the slot machines are just luck. That's it. You pull the thing and you're done. Which is fine. I guess. I mean that's definitely fun for some people. But I would like to see something more along the lines of Pazak, and Dejark is a good example for this. But Pazak being a card game kind of lends itself really, really well to casinos, and it's also a there is a little bit of luck, obviously, in Pazak, but it's also a skill-based game as well. And I would like, and it's already it's like already in BioWare's lore. It's already in their arsenal. They can just pull it out, right?
Kyle.
And Kyle wants strip poker, which all right, I'm cool with that as long as Twi'leks are involved. I'm all for that. All right, so there you have it. This is the Hyperspace Beacon. Thank you for tuning in again. And wow, this is really loud for me. There we go. Thank you for tuning in. I am Larry Everett. This is over that side. There she is. That is Laura Williams. You can catch her on Twitter. Actually, let me put this up on the screen here real quick. You can catch her on Twitter at VoidMinx. And you can also catch her on the Republic, which is currently on Saturdays. Because
Saturdays, like sometime between 7:30 and 8:30.
Yeah.
It's a mystery to us when it's coming on.
Yeah, we guess every time, but you can definitely catch her on the Republic. When it returns to normal, it'll be on Thursdays. I am Larry Everett. You can catch me on Twitter at Shadow SHADDOE. You can also follow the Hyperspace Beacon on Twitter at HS Beacon. You can also catch our guild at nefariousIntent.engine.com. Engine is ENJIN, and Nefarious Intent is like, you know, how Nefarious Intent would be spelled, all one word. You can also
we're still recruiting for WildStar, so if you want to come play with us,
we are.
Send in an application.
You can follow us on YouTube. This show will be out hopefully without some of the Twitch issues that we had today. So if you had some issues with it, catch it on YouTube tomorrow. You go to youtube.com/hyperspacebeacon. And if you want to support this show financially, you can go to Patreon and subscribe to our monthly, whatever you want, $1, $5, whatever. You can go to patreon.com/hyperspacebeacon. And that's it. Next week, we'll probably talk a little bit more about some WildStar and how our early access is going. And I'll throw in some Tor and few other games that are in there that have some news. So catch you next week. Thank you for joining us, and I will see you again soon.
Jimmy James, we are going to Minion. We're not playing Ego Terrorists.
That's right.
Mostly because I really want to play a Chua.
There we go.